Alright, so continuing off the last video, that's all the IFS torsion bar stuff. Got rid of all that garbage. Got one side done already. I wanted to do one side before I showed you guys. This side was the easy side per his instructions. But I will go over to the other side and show you what's up. So it doesn't come with the bolt through the top like your shock normally mounts, because the pressure of this is sitting up in there. You want, when you hold this up, hold it up, and you'll feel it kind of settle in. You want it as high up, like pushed up flat against it, so that way it carries the weight. And I just got like a 3/8 bolt. The hole is a lot bigger than that, so you just get washers. Tighten it down where you like it. And then it's a 1/2 inch hole, 1/2 inch drill. What I've been doing is starting it, that way it like centers it. I use a smaller drill, there we go. Smaller drill to run it through, at least the first one. In the back side, because the frame is boxed up here. You have to go through. I don't know if you'll ever see this. So go slow. I have my drill set to 1. It's got 1 and 2 for speeds, high, low. So I do it on low. Do it for about, I don't know, 5 seconds or so. Stop. Spray it. Some lubricant or something. You want to keep it cool and lubricated, otherwise you're going to burn your drill bits up. Bottom brackets are super easy. It's got that notch that goes right here, that cast mark. So this is where the lower shock goes. So I learned this on the other side. Do not tighten this first bolt down, because it actually pinches these plates together and you will not be able to get the coilover and the spacer in. The kit, when you buy it, comes with these little guys. They go in between, like right here, and then whatever distance is left, that's this exact like gap for the coilover mount. So depending on which side you're on, you want this to be towards the rear, because you want to push the coilover away from the control arm right here. And also, like I said in the last video, you got to notch the frame, not the frame, this the bump stop. And I ground mine down as much as I could. I was getting tired of it, so that's all I did. It's good enough for me. Then you paint it, and that way it doesn't rust, undercoat it, whatever you want. So after we're done with this, I'm probably going to go to the car wash or something with the pressure washer, pressure wash this as good as I can, knock all the junk off, then paint it all. But yeah, it's a chore drilling through the frame. Side's a little brighter. You can see that mount there. Same down here. So there's 4 spacers. You need 2 per side, and you want to push it forward as much as you can. So we're going to clear all that just fine. I have it adjusted all the way down, and it's kind of tough to get this in there, but it went. Haven't adjusted this at all. That'll probably be the next video. Not really sure how to adjust coilovers. I've never had them, so it'll be a learning experience. But there's 2 rings here. So you put this one on first. It's got a little step that goes up. Big one. Then there's these like shim bearings, whatever. That way the coilover can, or the spring can rotate. You have to assemble this guy, so you need snap ring pliers. So that is that, and then once you have it, once we set the truck on the ground, we'll use the spanner wrench to tighten that. It compresses the spring, pushing the front of the truck up. You saw in the last video, this weighed just about, or just over 100 pounds. With what we're putting back on, we took about 60 something pounds, 62 pounds off the truck, which is pretty cool because I wanted to do a 4L80 swap. 4L80 is a lot heavier than the 4L60, so this will make up for some of that weight. So the overall weight of the truck will only go up a little bit, not a whole lot. But I'm gonna finish drilling this hole. Just taking a break, letting the batteries charge, because got a little M12 Milwaukee, not the big M18, but it's working. So I'll see you guys here in a minute. One modification I did also have to do, it might be in the instructions, but I'll be honest with you, I kind of just skimmed over them. Had to clearance right there just a little bit so that you could get the head of this bolt through. Before it would just catch. So now you got just enough for it to go through. And then you'll put your nut on that side. Little spacer deal goes there. It would be more ideal to have it the other way, that way the spacer would cover up these threads, because this diameter is pretty damn close to the inside of that coilover. Obviously the threads are a little less, but I won't lose any sleep over it. Got this one through. It's not just snug, that way it doesn't try and, the drill doesn't try and kick and shift this at all. Got one through. So drill this hole, and then on the back side, that's it. And then we can finish putting her together. Wash this all up and put some paint on it. Alright, so I ended up wrapping everything up last night. It got dark, so I waited to put everything on. A lot of guys watching this, and if the guy that made this kit watches it, he's probably screaming at me. On the lifted ones, you need to mount these upside down. I don't know if it really matters, but the head down here doesn't clear the bolts back there, so you have to mount it this way, so that way when you tighten this, that will actually walk away from that. But the tires are ready to go back on, so I'm going to lift it back up and we're going to adjust the ride height. That looks sick. Okay, so wheels are on, tires are on, nothing is sitting on its own, so these are adjusted as far, like as low as they'll be. So we'll see how much the front sags down when we set on the ground. Okay, I think it's safe to say we got to go up a little bit. That's about stock ride height. Okay, I'm going to take the weight back off it. I don't know if you can do it with or without. I just want to take the weight off. It is also worth mentioning that they say in the instructions that you need to put anti-seize on the threads. Otherwise it voids the warranty from biking. So don't forget that. Alright, it's sitting on its own. Got it right to where it was when we took everything off, right about 10 1/4 between the tire and the fender. Adjusted the rebound and the compression. What I'll show you real quick. It comes with these little guidelines. So it's got two knobs, one for compression and one for rebound. I set at the low end of handling, so at 8 on the C and 10 for the R. See how you like it, and you can always adjust it. The cool thing about these too is if you have a street truck that you do take to the track, you can set it for comfort or handling, and then when you go drag racing you can stiffen it up. So I actually have to run into town real quick. I'm gonna do that when we get back. We'll take it for its maiden voyage. All right, so we're back home. Everything is tightened up and adjusted. We're gonna take it for a ride. So I guess I said I was gonna break it up and do 3 videos. Let's do 2 and then do like a review like a couple months from now. See how it goes. Not gonna lie, I'm a little bit nervous just because if something goes wrong, the truck's gonna fall apart. But I mean, they're all really sturdy parts, you know, grade 8 hardware and everything, so I don't think it's gonna be an issue. It's just always nerve-wracking first time. Like when I first put my lift kit on, I was nervous then too, but so far so good. Feels a lot better. We'll get to some spots on the road up here where it's pretty bumpy. See how she does. This stretch up here's got some bumps. The road needs some attention, but it'd be good to test out how good these feel and get on the freeway, see how it drives up to you know, up at speed, how it handles, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Definitely tell that the rear end is really stiff now. So like when you go over the bump, the front end is nice and smooth, and the rear end hits like boom. I'll look into some ways I can make the rear ride better. Maybe some better shocks. These are just the basic, you know, BDS shocks, the ones that come with the lift. Maybe get the Fox shocks, and if that doesn't help, maybe look at taking the leaf spring out, the add a leaf. Because I don't really need this truck for towing anymore, or hauling. You can haul a little bit, obviously. I mean, half tons do it all the time, but I have the Duramax. If I really need to tow or haul something. So I gotta say, it rides a hell of a lot better. I am very happy with it. That was money well spent. It was just around $1,000, like 900 something bucks. Not bad. I mean, that's coilovers, brackets, and everything you needed. Alignment's off a little bit now. I thought I could put it back. Maybe I need to check it one more time. Maybe it's just windy. Maybe not. So right up here is the spot. Quite a few bumps. It's usually pretty rough going over it, so let's see how it handles. But really, I gotta say, I'm very happy with it. It rides really good. And nothing's broken yet too, so that's, oh man. Stiff still. That needs a little love. But overall, gotta say I am pleased. Now one last look at everything. Now I just need to take it to the car wash and wash it. I got WD-40 and brake clean and shavings and everything all over the place. Yeah, I'm happy with it. I just measured it after driving it to this side. It's, you know, set a little bit. This side is about 1/4 inch too low now. So I'll have to put it back in the driveway. We got something else going on. But put it back in the driveway. Raise it up 1/4 inch on that side, which would probably make sense. I mean, that would tell me why it was pulling just a little bit, not much, just a little bit. The alignment was pretty good when I first, or before I did this. I'll leave a link to this kit, or his website and the kit, one or the other, or both, and a link in the description. Atomic Fab, he makes a lot of other cool stuff for Silverados, solid mounts, poly mounts, seat brackets, I mean, you name it. He's got some pretty cool stuff, so check him out. My Instagram and his Instagram will be in the description as well. Take care. I'll see you guys next time.